faces in the vapor, counting corners till we get to any place but where I'm at. Every exit's getting louder. I'd assure you that it's nothing, but you never saw it coming. None of it, then how could you now? A part of me wants you to see, a part of me hopes that you won't. Look in the mirror and find me a window crying in the car hole. I left you a tear on my cheek, but won't let it stay for too long. I don't wanna ruin the moment, so it's gone before you ever notice. Gone before you ever know. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Gone before you ever know. Trying to think of something clever, or just any word, but there's a